Let's talk armor synthesis, and not the monetization and the grade and all that, but specifically how the appearance customization works. So right now, this screen only serves as a way to edit what you have up top in your actual inventory. So if I wanted to switch to this helmet, it really just changes this. Now, I'm not saying this screen isn't useful. This screen is incredibly useful. It's a great improvement to the game. It lets you apply shaders to all of your armor pieces at once, but more importantly, I think, it lets you look at armor pieces you have not unlocked yet and help you just determine what you want to unlock, just help you visualize your character a little bit better before you unlock each individual piece. So it's not completely useless in its current form. But what this screen really should do is just completely be separate from this. When you change something here, it should stay changed until you change it back. So let's go back to, it was this. Let's go back to this. This shouldn't change up here. This should be your look always and forever until you change it down in this screen. Not until you change an armor piece up here or switch your whole set. This is not until you switch your whole set. But when you change it down here, this shouldn't change. Right? So this, if you wanted this to be your look, if you want this to be your look, then changing this armor up here shouldn't matter. And I'll tell you why. Okay, let's say you're playing PvP and you want to switch over and do a raid. You want to play some PvE. You're probably not going to switch all your armor pieces. You might, but you probably won't. And maybe there's some overlap in, because you've got three, one of each affinity. So you might want to do some swapping in and out. But you don't want to change your look, right? So you're going to either have to have all of these look identical, in your inventory. So no matter what you do, it's always the same. And I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so now all of my armor pieces look identical in my inventory. I can switch them in and out, however I please, and my appearance won't look. My stats and everything will. Let's just pretend this is what I want. Now I have the stats I want, and I look exactly the way that I want to look. This is how you would have to do it now if you want to just be able to switch out your armor without changing how you look. This is how you would have to do it now. You'd have to deal with this inconvenience where everything looks the same and you can't distinguish between the different armor pieces as well as you could before. You could still like read it and everything, but a lot of people I think just memorize what they look like if they're going to use different ornaments on these pieces. And also, let's say you want to change your look. You don't like this look. You want to be able to change this easily. You would have to go into all of these pieces. I guess you could use this down here, but this isn't really super much faster, especially if you use multiple shaders, like here, to get all white, because there's no all white shader for some reason. You'd have to go into each of these individually and change them all out just to change how you look. I think that's a huge problem. I think that this should be how you look, and then changing up here, doesn't change this at all. I think that's just stupid. So the way a game that I know that does this very well is Terraria, and it's very simple, but I think it's worth looking at. Okay, so now we're in Terraria. Now this is on the right over here. This is how the armor and the the transmog system works, if you will. So this is the vanity slot, which is basically, this is the custom ornament. Now it's not applied directly to the actual armor piece, right? It's separate. It's in its own slot. You can move this in and out without having to, apply this to whatever else you're going to put in there. This is how it should work. This way I can switch out all of my armor. I can apply this gold armor. Now I have different stats. Now obviously the progression in Terraria is very linear. You'd never really switch your armor. But if you were going to, you could do that and not change your appearance at all. Now in Destiny, where switching your armor does matter, you need to do that a lot. This system makes so much more sense because you don't change your appearance at all when you switch your armor in this game, which I think Destiny really needs right now. And I don't know. You could argue this is a decent argument as to why they shouldn't have changed this. Because they got bigger fish to fry right now, and that's not a secret. They do have bigger fish to fry. I'm agreeing with that, but the community's outraged over transmog being a greedy system, and that's a completely cosmetic system, and this is a cosmetic quality of life update or change, if you will. So I don't think it's completely outside the realm of what the community wants or what the community needs. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you did watch to the end, I don't care if you like or subscribe. I don't care.